Wow, it took me a long time to set this up. Hey guys, hi, how are you? I wanted to come on here today and I wanted to speak about something really nice that God was speaking to me in the morning. In the morning, I had just watched a sermon last night, and was it last night? I believe it was yesterday in the afternoon. And yesterday in the afternoon, that sermon spoke to me about quiet time. So I'm searching up in the web looking for quiet time, and I find this nice pastor. I'll post later on what type of pastor was it, probably in the link in the bio. And the pastor was speaking about quiet time. He was explaining the theory of not the theory. He was explaining the anointing in the way of coming into a room, potentially turning off your lights, sitting and allowing God to speak to you instead of just you trying to speak to Him. And so I did that. I came into my prayer. I came into my quiet time. I came into my room. I turned off the lights. I turned off every single light you could possibly think of. And as I turned off the lights, it was just new because I have never done it that way. So it was something new for me to kind of encounter. So I turn off all the lights. I get very radical with it. And by faith, I heard the pastor say to grab a notebook and to write down so that you could maybe impart some faith and potentially he'll speak to you and so you could write down. And so I did that. And I believe 10 minutes go by, nothing. 20 minutes go by, nothing. Potentially 30 minutes go by. And then by faith, I open the notebook and I just grab the pen and I click it. And I just point the pen as if he's soon going to speak to me. And then it's funny because I thought he was going to give me some mystical, radical idea. And mind you, he did not give me no mystical, radical idea. Although he did correct me on some area that I was wrong in. He's like, hey, you remember that video you posted? That wasn't genuine. And I'm like, okay. And then I wrote that down. And then I suddenly noticed, I'm like, wait, shoot, God's speaking to me. And then he continued to speak to me. And I kind of wanted to share with you guys a little bit of something that he kind of wanted me to. I don't know if he wanted me to share this with you, but it's something that I'm going to be focusing on. I believe I wrote here, I said, be genuine. It doesn't matter what other people doing. People are going after your genuineness. And that's all people want. People respect genuineness. It says out of one, what did I write here? It says out of one mouth can come two different wells. It would either be a clean well, it will be a dirty well. So he's pretty much correcting me about the way that I speak. Another thing that I wrote here, it says focus in your own lane. Don't get distracted and try to be skilled in everything and master nothing. Stick to your own lane. And then it clicked in, it checked. I'm like, well, shoot, well, I'm over here so worried always about pretty much about what video am I going to create? What am I going to do? And what this and what that? And I'm going to speak about what I got going on. So I originally do HGI. I do HGI. I help people in finances and building the structure of their finances, potentially building retirement, potentially living off of cash flow. I help people who got, I wouldn't say nothing going on, but you've never made 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, 40K a month. I can help you achieve that goal if you want to be. If you want to gain that goal, believe me, I can help you achieve that goal. Another thing he told me to help, he said, speak about retirement, speak about sales, speak about cash flow, speak about gold, speak about silver, about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, and about multi-level marketing. Those are things that I'm skilled in. Another thing I wrote over here, do a training on entrepreneurship, do a training on retirement investing, do a training on where to invest in and how. Stick to what you like and you enjoy it. Don't try to imitate nobody else. I've given different people different desires. So everyone have a different desire to speak about and what they're passionate about. I also wrote here, you can't get tired of something you're passionate about. So speak about what you're passionate about. And that was my devotional this morning. And I wanted to share that with you guys. So these are the things that I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about entrepreneurship. I'm passionate about the people that I surround myself with, or the people that I encounter, or the people that encounter me, becoming successful, becoming fulfilling, acquiring their mission, acquiring their desire, fulfilling their dreams. And over a very long journey of my life, I was making a lot of money, and the money was just coming in and was just coming out. So I take that back. I didn't make. God helped me throughout the whole procedure. I would be lying to you if I told you that it was all me, because it truly, genuinely was. I was going through I wouldn't say a depression, but I was going through a season where as money was coming in, money was coming out. So I was begging God one day and I'm like, hey, Lord, I don't understand. excuse me, I'm clearly making good money. How come, where the heck the money's going? And I bumped into a gentleman named Dave Ramsey. I didn't really bump into him, but I bumped into him online. So I bumped into him on Dave Ramsey, and I started this journey of what's called the baby steps. And along the journey of the baby steps, I ended up finding out that the baby steps are not that bad. But then God takes me to a newer level of knowledge, a newer level of understanding, a newer season where I had to change my mindset so I could potentially be better, become better, and do better. And then I got an encounter with this little guy here. This is called gold. And then I had another encounter with this little guy here. This is called silver. As the journey continued, I had more encounters. I had an encounter with this guy, which is called Ethereum. And then I had an encounter with this guy, which is called Bitcoin. And then potentially it started this whole journey of, where do I put the Bitcoin? Where do I put the Ethereum? How do you invest in this? How do you buy in this? How do you become profitable in this? How do you avoid taxes? How do you do all these X, Y, A, B, C's? And the journey began. And then I found this other gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki. And then after reading books, not only just the Bible, which I love my Bible, I love books too. Books have very, very beautiful knowledge to teach you. And then I read this here, which is called Guide to Investing by Robert Kiyosaki. And this potentially broke my mindset, and it forced me to practically change the way that I think. So connecting to what the Lord spoke to me, I believe I want to create something for everyone to watch, please pay attention to, and potentially change your whole life. I am thinking of creating a course similar to the baby steps, but a course that would change your mindset. A course in which you do not have to wait to get a net worth of a millionaire. A course in which all you have to do is just change your mindset. Build an entity, a product, or a business in which it gives you cash flow so that you can have enough margin so that you can keep your expenses at a very low rate and potentially live the life of your dreams. So I'm on this journey to try to embark that for you and for all who want to listen, for you and for all who want to potentially look at the link. I'm going to be creating a link. The link is going to be called, I believe, Instant Store. I'm going to have it most likely on the bio. So check it out, look at it. And if you find it enjoyable, if you find it helpful, share it with someone, help someone else, because these steps potentially changed my whole life. They helped me change my way that I budget. It helped me change the way that I pay down my bad debts and how I started gaining knowledge about good debt. It potentially helped me make 3 to 6 months of emergency fund, but not just 3 months of emergency fund. It helped me make 3 months of expenses, 3 months of net income, 6 months of net income. And then potentially my mindset just started changing. And I'm like, wait, this whole theory is just about cash flow. So if I have no debt, and then if I have cash flow coming in, I'm like, wait, hold on. This whole journey is not as hard as people think it is. I have to share this with people. So I'm on this mission in which I believe I can help you. Not just help you in general over your overall mission, but I believe I can help you change your mindset. I believe I can help you find a good career, because I myself was on a journey on the way to finding a career, and God positioned me with a good networking team that gave me the opportunity and gave me not one vehicle, but multiple vehicles in which have helped me get to the destination that I want to get to. I don't know about you. I don't know if you like cars. I like 5, 6 cars. I don't know about you. I don't know if you like big houses. I like big houses, not just big houses. I like having my rent paid. I like having enough cash flow so that the cash flow could potentially pay my rent and I could potentially be free, so that with that margin, I could potentially go on vacation as many times as I want to, go to church, enjoy my time, be able to be with my pastor, be able to be with the people that I love, and be able to spend and enjoy time. Guys, this isn't about retirement. This is about how much time do you have. If you have not noticed, look around. People are slaves to their job or slave to their business. It doesn't matter how much money you're making. If you have no time, you're just as broke as when you had no money. So that's what this journey that I'm going to embark. And that's what this video is about. I am going to be making a link, which is most likely going to be on the bio. I'm not going to be making a link. I'm going to be making a course in which I teach people how to invest and how to get rich with this. How do I teach people? I'm going to be teaching people how to invest and how to also get rich with this, and how to retire with this instead of Roth IRA, 401k, and whichever other vehicle that you want to use. Another vehicle that I love is an IUL, only if it's max funded, or only if you have the intent of max funding it. If you do not have the intent futurely to max fund your IUL, then I would not recommend an IUL for you. An IUL is for a person who loves to save money, a person who loves to have a vision, a person who is at one place now and has a long-term goal and wants to achieve it, wants a vehicle that has a floor that could potentially help them not lose the money and have no ceiling, so that they could potentially make all the gains of the stock market and not be exposed to the market crashing. Just in case the market crashes, at least they have a good return on their back. So that's what I wanted to speak to you guys about today. I wanted to give you a brief anticipation of what's to come. I'm going to be giving you guys some courses, helping you guys over this whole journey so that you could potentially have a vision. I believe that if you do not have a vision, it's the very beginning of having a foundation to create anything. It doesn't matter how much knowledge, how much wisdom you have. If you do not have a vision, if you do not know where you're going, it's going to be really hard for you to get anywhere because you don't know what you want. You don't know where you're going. And potentially, if you do not know how to get there, then you end up getting stuck along the whole way. So I'm potentially trying to build something for everyone, something that's digital. I'm between either should I be involved in it and then do live videos and be involved with everyone, or just create a PDF where there are videos like this and I can potentially help you just as you watch them. All you pretty much is just got to do it. So don't just get the knowledge, you must apply the wisdom to it. If not, then it's just like reading that beautiful book called the Bible and you're not putting it into action. So that's about it, guys. I love you. God bless you. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.